All right, what's going on, guys? So, you may have seen this story trending on Twitter. I don't want to read the post word for word because there was some absolutely wild stuff being said, and I don't think YouTube would be very happy with me. So, I'm going to give you a summary of it, but if you want to see the original post word for word and read it yourself, just type Drake into Twitter, it should pop up, or just Google Drake hot sauce, something like that. It should be very easy to find. But I literally cannot read it in this video. So here's a breakdown of the situation, right? So some random Instagram model, as far as I've seen, and I have looked into it a decent amount, we don't actually know her name or who it is or anything like that. But I mean, just by the words Instagram model, you could probably imagine what she looks like, what she's all about. They all look pretty much the same, right? So some random Instagram model came out and told the story about her recent encounter with Drake. Now, there were a lot of details in the story that we're not going to repeat, but one that I am going to have to repeat is she mentions the size of his meat. And according to her, apparently he is rocking a nice solid 7. So, I don't know what to do with that information. I mean, congratulations, I guess. But she did feel the need to specify that in her post. And, you know, just based off that, you could probably imagine why I can't read all of her posts in this video. But anyways, she tells the story of how they hooked up or whatever. And I believe this happened maybe like a few weeks ago. It was pretty standard stuff, you know, pretty much as you would imagine. It's what happens afterwards that makes it a crazy story. So, obviously, when you're in a position like Drake is, you gotta be very careful around these women because some of them really are crazy and you never know, right? Like some of them really are trying to trap him, and he already kind of made that mistake once, you know what I mean? He already has a kid, so he probably doesn't want to make that same mistake again. So I guess that's why he developed a new strategy, if that's what we want to call it. I don't know. But according to her statement, after he's done, he pours hot sauce in the condom before throwing it away. And this is apparently to prevent any future children from happening. Now, this might be a little bit confusing, so let me further clarify what I'm talking about, right? Like, you might be wondering, well, how does she know that, right? Well, let me think how I want to word this. Okay, so remember, as I said, a lot of these Instagram models have the wrong intentions or maybe have some shady intentions. So I guess as part of her game plan, she went to the bathroom and decided to, let's say, empty the contents of that condom into herself in order to try to get pregnant, of course, because at that point, that's 18 years, you know, you basically hit the lottery, right? The only problem was she got a little bit more than she expected because he put the hot sauce in there. And now, obviously, I'm a male. I'm thinking probably most people watching this video are a male, so, you know, we can't really relate to the situation, I would say. You know, I don't have the same body parts to relate. But, like, we've all probably at least gotten, like, some hot sauce in our eyes. You know, you rub your eye or something. Maybe you got some soap in there, something like that. So, I would imagine maybe a similar feeling to that. Probably worse, of course. But, I mean, that's the most that I can relate. So, obviously, that was probably quite the surprise for her. And she says apparently, like, she started, like, screaming and, like, going crazy. I don't know. Anyways, that's pretty much the summary of the situation. Now, it does bring up a couple questions, a couple things I'd like to talk about. Now, number one, I'm not a scientist or anything, so I'm not really sure if from like a biological standpoint, if the hot sauce actually kills the babies, let's just say, you know what I mean? Like, does it actually do anything? I don't know. I can't imagine it does anything positive, but I'm not quite sure that it actually has the effects that he's hoping for. I mean, at the very least, it's a punishment for any woman that decides to try to pull this behavior. But if it actually works in the way he wants it to, I don't really know. If we have any experts out there that would like to clarify that, go ahead. Also, when I was thinking about the situation, I was kind of wondering, wouldn't she see it? It would be pretty obvious, right? I would imagine some bright red hot sauce stands out quite a bit, you know what I mean? Because there should definitely not be any red liquid in this situation. So when you see that, that seems like it'd be a bit of a red flag. But I don't really know. Maybe I'm not understanding the situation correctly, how it all went down. I don't know. Maybe it was dark. I mean, I'm not really sure. But that seems like a question that needs to be answered. And then on a final note, at first when I read all this, I was like, wow, that's kind of insane that he's doing that, right? Like, that's so crazy. But when you think about it, I guess it's not so insane, right? Like, because he ended up being right. Like, it wasn't an absurd thing for him to do because it ended up working, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy to think about that in this situation, what he did was completely valid, I guess. Which obviously, like, for all of us, like, I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but like this thought process has never crossed my mind. Like, you know what I mean? I don't got a bottle of hot sauce in my bathroom cabinet. You know what I mean? That just seems kind of crazy. But, you know, for someone like him, I guess it's not that crazy, man. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for the story, man. I don't think we need to elaborate too much on it. There is some speculation that he has responded to this story because he posted a pic on Instagram with the caption, "You can have your 15 minutes of fame. I'll take the other 23 hours and 45 minutes. So people are thinking that that's in response to this. And I mean, it could be for sure. It does fit the situation. So I could see why you would think that. But I mean, that's pretty much all that we're probably going to get from him. I don't think he's going to really address it too much. But regardless, it was a pretty wild story, so we had to talk about it. Y'all let me know your thoughts down below. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Check out my last video if you missed it. We had to do an update on the new Twitch drama and that whole situation with Pokemon getting banned and all that. But other than that, have a good day and peace out.